In this video, we begin mounting critical structural parts onto the frame: wheels, seat, steering system, transforming a raw metal structure into a drivable go-kart. From cutting and welding pipes to precisely fitting each part, we now move on to assembling the components that will enable movement. Electric go-kart build. Part 2. Let's get started. The first task was installing the rear wheels. These aren't just passive rolling components. Now they will be directly connected to the motor. In this build, there's no differential. Both wheels are fixed to a single axle, so perfectly centering the shaft is absolutely essential. Before mounting the bearings, I checked the clearance between the frame and bearing holes and slowly pressed them in on each side to avoid heat distortion. At first, one side was too tight, so the wheel wouldn't spin freely. After switching to a thinner washer and loosening one of the bolts slightly, I finally got a smooth rotation. I used a straight edge to confirm that both wheels sat on the same plane. When tightening the nuts, I alternated sides gradually so the frame wouldn't twist. Spinning the wheels, I checked for resistance and wobble, making repeated micro adjustments until I had smooth, stable rotation. When it comes to right feel, even this seemingly simple wheel step can make a huge difference. The front wheels are even more sensitive since steering begins here. At first it seemed like a basic bolt together job, but I had to tune for rotational freedom and left-right symmetry. I started by mounting the knuckles to the frame, then inserted spacers and assembled the hubs and wheel by heels. As shown in the footage, the steering angle wasn't even at first. The left wheel moved smoothly, but the right had a limited range and the steering axis was slightly misaligned. Fixing this meant checking everything again. Knuckle gap, bolt torque, and spacer position. Initially, the right side was about 5 degrees off. Swapping one washer for a thinner one resolved it. I ran dozens of tests relying on both visual alignment and fingertip feedback until both wheels responded identically. The seat isn't just a place to sit, it determines weight distribution for the whole cart. I moved it back about 5 centimeters from my original bracket design. When sitting, my knees were too close to the steering column, and thinking about the future pedal layout, rearward position made more sense. As I adjusted the seat position, I rechecked body posture, spine, knees, and foot angles. As shown repeatedly in the video, this is something you can't judge on paper. You need to sit in it and feel it. I ignored the pre-drilled holes and remarked new positions, drilled fresh mounting points, and secured the seat with high-strength bolts. Before final tightening, I shook the seat by hand to check for any play, fixing both sides simultaneously. I ensured there was no wiggle under hard braking or quick turns. The heart of the steering system, the tie rods. These thin rods transfer the steering wheel's input directly to the front wheels. In neutral position, both wheels must be perfectly straight and steering angles must be symmetric. As seen in the video, the initial connection wasn't quite right. One side reacted slower and the wheels were slightly skewed in center. This was due to a mix of tie rod length difference, knuckle angle, and mount position. All of it mattered. When adjusting tie rod length, I turned one side and immediately cross-checked the other, repeating until the steering felt smooth and equal on both sides. I laid down a measuring tape on the floor and visually aligned the wheels. The final check was sitting down, grabbing the wheel, and seeing the tires respond with immediate balance movement. It wasn't just a connection, it was a finely tuned balance of feedback. Now the chassis has taken real form. You can sit in it, the wheels spin and the steering works. I've welded, cut, relined and rebuilt so many parts up to this point, and now all those efforts are starting to take shape visually. Next time we move into the electric heart of the machine, the battery pack and drivetrain installation. The most electrical, most delicate, and most critical stage. We'll cover it all in part 3. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please consider liking and subscribing. Drop your questions and thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you in part 3.